Greetings, Adventurers. This is Lauren, your guild advisor, and honestly, this is a danmemo news update I was not expecting to make today, because we just got information on some stuff that's going to drop tonight. So a Tuesday night update instead of a Wednesday night update like we're used to, and this is right in the middle of the event, and of course it's related to the current anniversary event in a way. But let's just get into it, and while also saying that I kind of called this particular thing happening. But anyway, we're going to be getting a rerun of the Orion long tale, which is the movie, but adapted into the game format. For danmemo, we had that event, ironically, before the official English release of the movie. This event was in the game. So people who actually saw this event got to see this event. And basically what the movie story was going to be before the movie actually came out, like a few months later in the United States and other areas. But as we're used to, usually danmemo is managed with the Japanese audience in mind, regardless of the circumstances of global. The Strike of Blood Season 4 collab, for example. Anyway, as you can see here, it says clear the tail and very hard to get 4-star Moondrop Artemis, so it's a brand new Artemis unit. And the specific thing I called during the speculation I did in the lead up to this 4th anniversary event is this. I said before in previous videos, if you have not watched those, that the One Love story, which is a short story handed out to Japanese movie attendees who saw that Orion movie in theaters, the short story based on Artemis before the events of the movie. Aphrodite is also in that short story, so when we got the reveal of Aphrodite being part of the 4th anniversary event and her mentioning Artemis, I just thought, well, surely they're gonna may have some flashback scenes maybe of the One Love story, and instead of just a straight up flashback in the middle of the 4th anniversary event proper, we're gonna get a straight up adaptation of that short story through this One Love tale, which is so cool. I want to say I called it. Please thank me for willing this into existence, but it shouldn't have been too hard to make that call or prediction that they were going to adapt this, because that's the only piece of content that really Aphrodite was in, besides a small little mention in Circulatoria Volume 6, which is quickly just glossed over. But so cool. And we're going to be getting 2 new units along with this, Lunar Blesser Aphrodite. And let's quickly go over her stats and skills. She will be a water-based magic attacker with a max magic of 2004 and a max agility of 1161. And a quick shout out to Simhow on Reddit as always for the skill translations. Reddit thread will be in the description below. Her special arts is an AoE ultra water magic attack with a temporary great magic boost and 50% chance to charm the enemies, and also a critical penetration and counter rate buff of 60% to your allies for 3 turns. Her first combat skill costs 78 MP. It increases the AoE damage taken from your opponents by 35%, and that is a fast application, and this lasts for 4 turns. And it also buffs her own magic, dexterity, physical resistance, and magic resistance by plus 60% for 4 turns, and also gives her an additional 4 actions of a AoE low water magic attack that will increase in damage by 150% if the foe is charmed. Her second combat skill costs 49 MP, and it is a AoE fast high water magic attack with an ultra uncounter rate, and has a 35% chance to charm your enemies, and it also will decrease the amount of turns on your ally status debuffs by 2. And her third skill costs 38 MP. It is a single target super water magic attack with a temporary magic boost and charms the enemy straight up. Now obviously she has this theme of charming the enemy and increasing the amount of damage done to the enemy with that first skill if the enemy is charmed. And it makes a lot of sense because she is the goddess of love and beauty, so it makes a lot of sense for charm to be a focus of her character. And the other interesting thing, this is I believe the 4th adventure that is also a god. So the first one was Hermes from the Kino Streeting collaboration, and then Artemis, coincidentally, during the initial Orion stuff, and then Hestia from the danmachi RPG event, and now this Aphrodite is the 4th. And the interesting thing about her charm and they haven't really been making too many adventurers that have a charm-based skill for like a long time, because there's a specific character that is immune to charm. Like every single Bell unit in the game is immune to charm, so it's interesting that they're going back to trying to use it. So I'm curious on if people will actually like go for Aphrodite and try to use her in war games and stuff like that, and see if it is used a lot, because I know the new Bell is being used a lot in war games, and I'm wondering if people think Aphrodite is even worth it in, like, say, an ailment team. Like, why use her over like other ailments like Seal and Taunt if there's a chance that your opponent might have a Bell and then just completely nullify the point of having Aphrodite charming the enemy. So we'll see how that goes. But as for notable passives, she has a 35% fire resistance. Instead of attacking during her counter, she'll actually increase the status buff duration on your allies by +1 turn. She has a bonus 40% damage reduction on guard and does 20% more damage on criticals and penetrations. And if you see her full art, you can actually see that the spear that she is holding is identical to the spear from the Heir to Orion movie that Artemis gives to Bell to use during the events of the movie. So that's very interesting. Maybe I'm pulling on some stuff that was obvious to you, because I actually had not yet completed watching through the entirety of the part 1 of the event. But I do plan to finish that this week so I can make a video about it over the weekend. And now going on to the new Artemis, Moondrop Artemis. I'm so happy she's getting a new unit, because I said before, like, I really love Artemis's character design, and I wish that she would come back in some way. Like, Heir to Orion is not canon, so it is still technically possible for Artemis to reappear in the main series in a different way, but it's cool that we're getting her this way, because this event is kind of based off the movie canon. And this Artemis will be an assist character with a pretty high magic at 665. And as for her assist skill at +5, it will give the equipped adventurer a 100% ailment resistance. So interesting that Aphrodite from this banner applies an ailment, and then the assist character completely nullifies it. And in addition to the ailment resistance, it will also increase magic, endurance, and agility by +20%, and then guard rate and counter rate by +30%. And remember, this is only on the equipped adventurer, and it obviously is intended to be for a magic character. But I'm curious to see if people use this Artemis because she is just buffing the equipped character. Like, maybe you rather use that slot for another assist character that applies a buff to the entire party. And then this will be the gotcha banner. There's no confirmation on whether or not we're getting like all the Heir to Orion movie banners back. This is the only one that they've shown. So the new banner with the new Artemis and new Adventurer Aphrodite. And one thing to take note of is that these characters are not time limited. So even after this banner disappears, you'll be able to get them when they get inserted into the general pool of characters. The paid Jester bundle will be up for sale this week if you're interested in spending money in the game, though this is the same week that Kaza comes out in Genshin Impact. The paid premium beginner bundle is still in the shop. We're getting Record Buster Fire Bavaria this week. 7th Zone is of course being refreshed. And starting tomorrow, we should be getting this Under Tuscuria trial. I mentioned this before in a previous video. Basically, it's kind of like the Princess Arena and Princess Connect. As you can see here in the ripped English slide, it is a regular battle event that will be held each month for about 30 days. The rules of the Ultimate War game will be applied, so basically your entire party gets a bonus. I think it's 50% HP. You can choose opponents 3 times a day to fight, and then you can also edit your party even when you're checking your opponent's party in the selection screen here. And these are the Japanese slides. As you can see here, there's like question marks in the opponent's party. And basically, as you progress through the rankings in this mode, there'll be times where the enemies, some of their characters will be like a question mark. So you don't get to scout out like the entire enemy party in that case. So you got to be careful and take note of like what are like the most popular units around. Like, how do I build my party around that? Here you can see medals being given out as a reward for participating in it. And this, of course, is an exchange shop where you can see like a 4-star ticket, 2-star tickets, hero lights, whetstones from the rewards you get from the Telescuria battle event. Now, I believe they said this is a trial, so they might not be handing out the medals this time. That was kind of unclear based on my information that I got. So we'll see what happens, but there still should be like participation rewards like you usually get during War Games Record Buster, like do your 5 games a day, do your daily Record Buster, try and get that 10 Iris. So that'll still be active, but we'll see if we're actually getting the medals from actually taking part in this Telescuria stuff. So cool to see the development team is still making new types of content that will be cycled through the game. And this is the paid hero bundle, which will go live next week on July the 7th. War Game will also be live next week on the 7th, and then we'll also be getting a Familiar Rush on the 8th, so be prepared for that. And so kind of a short update, but again, we're getting that one love story. I'm so excited about that. That's one more thing that I need to read and experience, because I've been slow on reading up on the current part 1 event. It's super long, guys. Like when Mediocre uploaded this video of the like entire part 1 event autoplayed, it was like 5 hours long, which is easily, I think, the longest thing. So I'm curious on how long part 2 and part 3 are going to be. It is my priority to get that done this week, experiencing that story and then making a video about it over the weekend. And I'll probably add in one love as well. I'm not sure how long that's going to be, so maybe not. Whatever gets a video out this weekend, I'll prioritize. But I'm super excited for one love and also experiencing the rest of part 1. I see a lot of people very positive about it. And it's my fault for being too distracted by stuff like life, NBA playoffs. I played Ratchet and Clank, the new game, and I'm currently playing Scarlet Nexus, which came out last week. So I'll get my stuff in line here. But yeah, tonight, the Air to Orion rerun, we'll get the One Love story with the 2 new characters, the new Artemis unit and the new Aphrodite unit. The paid Jester bundle will be up. The premium beginner bundle is still in the store. 7th Zone being refreshed with the new Record Buster for Fire and Bavaria. And then tomorrow we'll be getting the Telescuria stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And it's also the monthly reset, so make sure you bought the stuff in the Serios and Dolb Shop that you need. And then that Iris combo with Hero Lights paid bundle will be refreshed as well. They're gonna suspend the Sears Daily Lunchbox for a brief period of time because I believe they're updating like what's actually in it. And then next week on the 7th, the Hero bundle will be on sale. 7th Zone refreshed again, and then a new War Game, and then on the 8th is the Familiar Rush. So I hope you guys are excited for tonight or whenever you're watching this video. I was not expecting like an update in the middle of the anniversary, like between part 1 and part 2, getting a new story, basically, and that adaptation of the One Love short story, which we never really got in English because it was like a Japanese exclusive thing and was never really translated. But now we're getting it, and then also being fully voiced. So cool. Excited. If you guys are rolling for either Artemis or Aphrodite, I wish you luck, and hopefully you get the amount of lunar breaks you want. But remember, they are not time limited, so be careful how you spend your Iris, because again, we're in the middle of the anniversary event, and we're definitely going to be continuing to get more and more characters during this anniversary. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Again, I'll try to get that part 1 story discussion video out over the weekend. Look forward to that. If you want to see more danmachi content or light novel content in general, go ahead, like the video, sub to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and join the Discord. And as always, continue enjoying your time adventuring Mario and the dungeon, as well as Olympia. This is Lauren, your guild advisor, signing out.